Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live. Where are we at?
Industries most wanted.
Big Industries Most Wanted, not the little one. Listen, I got a beautiful, beautiful, super talented, superstar young lady on the line with me tonight. DaphoDILL, what is going on? How are you?
I'm good, man. From Hattiesburg, Mississippi, at 601, man. You already know.
I know that's right. She out there in Hattiesburg doing it big, and I'm just so excited to have you on here tonight because you and I have been connected for a while, and you definitely have been working very, very hard in this music industry. And just quickly want to give you your flowers because I love what you're doing musically. You're super talented. But without further ado, give us official introduction of who DaphoDILL is.
This is DaphoDILL from the Hattiesburg, Mississippi, 601, man. Tap into me. We going up this year. Next year, the year after that, any year after that, we just going up.
I know that's right. Well, listen, before we dive into anything musically, I just want to take it back a little bit so people understand your journey. Take us back to, your childhood growing up in Hattiesburg. What was that like for you?
Ooh, I want to say conservative, but it was low-key racist too.
Yeah.
It was just like a lot of hatred.
Mm. How were you able to deal with that? Because, that's something that I feel like is never, sadly, is going to go away. It's gotten better over the years, but it's never going to go away. What was your way of coping with that?
Music, man. Music was my destiny, honestly. Um, just getting into different instruments and learning different places and different things to cope with. Just different skills.
Yeah. What instruments did you learn to play?
The guitar, the piano. I was trying to teach myself how to play the drums.
That is super, super dope. Listen, what age did you start playing instruments?
Well, I was young. I had to be in like the second or third grade.
Wow. Wow. Listen, that is impressive right there. That is super impressive. Do you still currently play any of those instruments?
I do on and off now, but not as much as I used to.
Yeah. Why did you kind of veer away from it a little bit?
Oh, hand-eye coordination, a lot of things, man. Life got in the way.
Yeah, life be life, and don't it?
Yeah,
So music has really always been an outlet for you, and I think that's a beautiful thing because in life we all have to find an outlet because it's like a form of therapy. Is that safe to say that music is like a form of therapy for you?
it is.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you feel like being a female in the music industry, when you first came in, it was a little bit more difficult because I feel like women are now really getting their just due, but, taking it back a few years, maybe not. Do you feel like it was a little bit more difficult?
Yeah, because I look at it when I came in, I think about all the artists and like the perspective they have on women to be a certain thing versus like just moving in a different direction.
Yes. Do you feel like in the music industry, again, staying on the topic of being a female in the industry, that if you're not one of the women that's not out here showing your body and, shaking your booty all the time, do you feel like that it's a little bit also more difficult for people to start paying attention to you versus you just being unapologetically yourself?
Yeah, it is because like I said, the perspective of that if you take off your clothes, you'll get more respect versus when you keep them on. And
Yes.
that's just a different dimension within itself.
I agree. It should not be that way. Women shouldn't have to, now it's no shade to the ladies who do that. If that's a personal preference, but I don't feel like women should have to do it. If you're doing it because you want to, that's one thing. But if you're doing it because you feel like you have to, ladies, you don't have to do that. I promise you. You can still be a superstar without showing your body off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Taking it back to when you first started actually recording music, that has been about 3 years or so.
Yeah.
But it seems like longer than that for you because you've been
It
music.
does.
Yeah. What was it that prompted you to finally start actually getting in the studio and recording music?
The military, man, like you just go through so much, and like you use that music as an escape
Yeah,
to help you throughout life, your journey. You know, you're putting yourself on this music to help others. You
yeah,
know, like when I first started doing it, I was trying to help myself, you know, to stay afloat, to be alive, to stay alive. And then now it's just like, you know, it's a different perspective on it. It's not just for myself, it's for others.
absolutely. And definitely, salute you for spending time in the military. I know, offline, we've talked about some stuff that, you experienced throughout that journey, and it wasn't, necessarily good things. Outside of that, was there anything good that you would say you brought and took from being in the military?
Relationship issues.
Yeah. Absolutely. Shout out to JJ checking in. We see you, bro. Appreciate you checking in over there on YouTube. Yeah, the military can be a bittersweet for sure. I've never personally served, but my son was in the military and he talks about, there's definitely good and bad that comes from it. What was your job in the military?
I was logistics.
Was that by choice?
Yeah, you can say it was by choice.
Yeah. So let's just briefly touch on that and then we're going to dive back out into the music world. For on a day to day, being that your job was logistics in the military, like kind of run us through your day, what you had to do.
Ooh, lifting and getting on people and computer systems, all types of stuff.
Yeah. Were you excited to get up out of there though?
Oh yeah, I
Well,
was
we
running.
we definitely salute you for your service. How long have you been out of the military?
It hasn't been long. I got out in March of this year.
Okay. Okay. And you put how many years did you serve?
9.
Wow, that is a long time. That's a really long time. And to me, it speaks a lot for you. It's discipline for you to be able to, first go in there and then stay for 9 years. What was one of the first things that you did coming back into the civilian life?
Ate a lot of food.
Like, I can't wait to eat the kind of food I want to eat.
Yeah.
How soon after did you really get back in the groove of music?
I don't think it ever really left me.
Yeah.
I think I just took off my little breaks when I went through like my little stressors and stuff like that, my little traumas.
Yeah.
And I just kind of stopped and got back into it and stopped, got back into it again because it's what keeps me alive.
Listen, absolutely. And, again, you've encountered and endured some things in your life that, some of us shouldn't have to endure. And we won't even touch on that. But, again, I commend you for just, really just walking your truth and telling your story, like, it's out there, it's on publications and stuff. And I really respect you and commend you for having a voice.
Yeah. Nobody wants their voice taken away from them.
No, no. And the sad part is I think a lot of people, especially women, get silenced by certain things and we never should. So thank you for being a strong woman and being an advocate for a lot of people who feel like that they are silenced, and I just want to
Yeah.
you as well. Definitely. Would
Thank
you
you.
say that? Absolutely. You're welcome. Would you say that a lot of the life experiences that you have been through, whether in or out of the military, is what drives you and is what your inspiration for a lot of the music you write?
Yeah, it is because yeah, think about like the stuff that I'm writing is stuff that I'm actually going through or dealing with or something I'm trying to promote or like just different areas of life.
Yeah, absolutely. Walk us through your creative process. Do you physically sit down and put pen to paper, or do you write it here in your head? Like, how does
I
that
write
part?
it on my phone.
Okay. She said,
I
we
used to write on paper.
okay. Transition because of the technology.
Yeah.
When you wrote on paper, do you still have any of those?
I think I do, but it's like lost, like in lost files.
That's the only downfall, really, right there, is because you could have some really good stuff, but man, we be losing stuff. I know when I was little, I used to draw. I have no idea where none of those. They're probably long gone in the trash somewhere.
Yeah.
Definitely. Out of all the songs that you have written, whether it's a song that's released and out there on the digital platforms or one that maybe is still in the vault and you're not sure if you're going to release it, which one would you say is the most personal record that you ever wrote?
I would have to say Insane Asylum.
That sounds very personal. Do elaborate on where you were at mentally when you wrote this record.
Well, I was mentally messed up, man, and it was just about mental health. And like sometimes we really don't see the rage that's inside of us or anyone else.
Absolutely. How important is it for you, because you have a platform and you have a voice? How important is it for you to speak your truth and talk about mental health? Because it's very real. There's a lot of people going through a lot of things, just like the artist OG Mako or Mako. I don't know if he just attempted suicide, and it's like we don't know what people are going through. How important is it for you to talk about that and express that through your music?
It makes me want to talk about it even more because, like, at the end of the day, we say we talk about it, but we don't talk about it enough.
Yeah.
Because if we did, it would be a lot of less. I say it'd be a lot of less bodies. Like people really do die
Yes.
from suicide, and it's like it's crazy that we know the numbers and still can't help it.
Right. Absolutely. And for people who've never attempted it, they don't quite understand why somebody would, but it's like you don't know what that person has endured. You don't know what that person has went through. Like stuff gets real. Like there's a lot of toxic things that we endure in our life, and it I believe it comes to a head. It just builds and builds and builds to the point where like I don't want to deal with this no more.
Yeah,
Music has been your outlet. Music, like you said, is what has saved you.
yeah,
And I commend you again for, expressing that and putting that through your music. You actually had an EP that you released called My Suicide Letter, which had 10 songs on it. Let's talk about that because it sounds like that was something that you absolutely, went through. How long was this project in the works?
it wasn't that long. I usually like just get my music, I just write and I just go and record it, get everything kind of situated to really just put a lot of things out there because like mentally, again, you don't know where someone's mind is. And like a lot of things that have happened to me in my life, I had to put that stuff down on paper because it's
Yeah.
like I had to get it up out of me. So I just kind of took that stuff and kind of built it into this project to just like kind of tell people like hey, like be more cautious, be more careful, be more gentle, be more kind because you
You
just never know.
Yes. Yes and yes. I could not agree more. Gosh, I talk about that all the time. I'm like, you have to be kind to people because you don't know what that person is going through. You don't know. They could have just lost their mother or personal issues or whatever. We have to be kind and spread positivity to the world. Those 10 songs that are on the project, would you say that those are 10 of your more personal records, being that the title of the album is called My Suicide Letter?
Yeah, they were. But I feel like the music that I created afterward was even more personal.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, for anybody out there, male, female, young, old, who may be in a really dark place and their mind is like, maybe I want to check out, maybe I don't want to be here anymore. What would you say to them? What could you, like, any advice you could offer them or anything that you could say to them right now?
Keep fighting, man. Because you never know. Like sometimes you just don't want to give up until like you don't give up until 5 minutes before the miracle happens.
Mm.
Keep going because you never know what's on the other side.
Yes, you are absolutely right. We're all here for a purpose. We're not here
Yeah.
by mistake. There's a purpose that each of us are put on earth. And if you decide to end your life, you may not have fulfilled your purpose. And, we're here for a reason. We can't question what it is and we can't question what we go through. Do you feel like everything that you have endured has had a reason behind it?
Yeah. When you look at things like we don't want to go through those things because like of course it's like like I think about the whole God aspect. God has to take you through so many trials and tribulations to get you to somewhere else, It's only if like you're really watching, listening, and waiting for it, you know. But when it comes to like the life things, a lot of things have to happen to people. Like we may hate it, we may not like it, it sucks, and it's like it's disgusting at times. Just a lot of bad things that happen to people. But if we looked at things from a different perspective, a lot of those things happen to us so that we can get to a different place and area in our lives. That's how you see the sunlight.
Absolutely. And that's a great piece of advice because some people may not think that deep into it and they really need to. You know, everything happens for a reason, everything happens on purpose. Some things, like you said, are disgusting and we don't want to have to deal with it, but that's just our journey. It's already written and it makes you who you are. I'm pretty sure you're a whole lot stronger person than you were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Definitely. Do you have a big support system around you, like family and friends?
Yes and no.
Elaborate on that.
It's like, I look at it from the thing is like we don't think that we have a lot of support around us because we don't really ask for it. But at the same time, I look at sometimes people are selfish. So it's like, sometimes there's a need to be, the need not to be selfish. So I get it from the thing is sometimes people don't want to do things. So it's like the support that you do get, it's like you want to be happy and helpful and all that stuff, but at the same time I look at it like sometimes people just don't want to help.
Yeah. You are absolutely right because people get so caught up in their own lives that they feel like they don't have time for anybody else or anything else. When we, especially the people close to us, we have to make time for them because we never know when it will be our last time seeing that person or talking to that person. We're not ever
Yeah.
guaranteed another day. So that's another great piece of advice is just really, little things. It doesn't even have to be monetary. It just could be, hey, me sharing your post or me listening to your song and giving you some feedback. Those little things like that, a few minutes of someone's time could go a long way with somebody.
Yeah.
Would you say, as a music artist, that you are slightly misunderstood, or do you feel like you're understood as a music artist?
Both. I
A little
think
bit of
that
both.
people can only understand to their level of knowledge when it comes to certain things. In other ways, I feel like I am misunderstood
Yeah.
because sometimes you can speak a different type of vernacular.
Listen, exactly. And your music to me is outside the box, and I love that. I love DaphoDILL's music because it's so different than what we're hearing a lot of, and it's like a breath of fresh air. Without boxing yourself in, if you could give your music its own genre per se, what would you call it?
I will call it emo pop.
Okay, okay, emo pop. So, what drew you to that style of music?
Listening to a lot of Juice World, man, Trippy Red, Lil Uzi, different artists like that, just kind of drove me into the music of wanting to be able to create a lot of things like that. That whole sad mantra, the XX Temptation, the different visuals.
Yes. Absolutely. Do you feel like that style of music allows Daffodil to really express herself a little bit more?
Yeah, it does.
In what way? Talk to us about that. And shout out to Dave Skills. He said the vernacular is one of his favorite words. How does that help you express yourself a little bit more by the style of music that you're producing?
Because it's not boxed in, because you're
Mm,
able to really take control of your creativity to put different vibes on different things, different areas, different perspectives. You can write a song one way and then like, the whole visual can be something completely different.
yes. Is that something that you typically do when it comes to like your visuals and stuff? Are you very hands on with, the actual like treatment and directing the videos? Are you real hands on with that?
Yes, me and my videographer, like say if something just kind of goes wrong or Ari, we'll just kind of both try to put our heads together to get something done to kind of make sure everything comes out as good as possible.
Do you feel like a lot of the discipline that you have as a music artist came from those years that you spent in the military?
Yeah, I do because it helps me to focus.
Yeah, absolutely, because there's a lot of distractions out here. A lot of distractions.
Yeah.
What are you doing now to stay so focused on your music? Because, you and I, we chat quite a bit, offline, we text and stuff when we chat, and, you always are staying consistent with what you do. And I commend you for that. What is keeping you focused now at this point in time in your music career?
Um, Goals.
Yeah.
My goals. I got goals to get somewhere, to be somewhere. And like within that, it's like rushing to get somewhere and nowhere at all.
Hurry up and wait, right?
Yeah.
What are one or two of your goals or maybe bucket list items for 2025, if you don't mind sharing?
Bucket list items for 2025. Ooh. I want to go, let me see. Hopefully create another album.
Yeah.
I want to create another album
Yeah. You got a
or
lot to
just
talk
make
about.
some more music.
Mm.
Um, I want to go skydiving.
There, see, now that's a big one right there. I'll watch from the ground. I'll see there's Daffodil up there. She doing her thing. I'm scared of heights. I'll live vicariously through you. No, do you enjoy doing outdoor stuff?
Sometimes, not all the time, but I do enjoy like going for like a little quick hike or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. That's a form of therapy right there too. Like I miss
Yeah.
being able to be outside right now because it's too cold for me. Me and the cold weather don't get along like that. But absolutely. Where did the name Daffodil come from?
Oh, my love of flowers, man, and my
Yeah.
last name is Dill. You gotta have that faith the size of a mustard seed.
Oh man, that is hard. I love how you took a spin off of your last name and turned it into something you love. Like you said, you love flowers. Is daffodil one of your favorite or the favorite flower?
One of my favorite flowers. I like forsythias and those cute little flowers that they get during Easter time. Little cute roses.
Yeah, absolutely. Just something about it just makes you feel good, right?
Yeah.
Because they're all a gift from God. They come from nature, and anything from nature is a gift from God, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Definitely. Who are some of the other artists that you have collabed with, or have you collabed with any other artists as of lately?
I've only collabed with like Zaytoven on one of his beats. I haven't
Tell us
collabed
about.
with any other artists.
Okay, tell us about the experience of being able to work on a Zaytoven beat. That's a big deal right there. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was pretty dope. Got a lot of stuff out, the kids coming.
Y'all just gotta stay tuned, right?
Yeah.
When are you gonna come out here to the A?
I just left from out there not too long ago, like a few weeks ago, actually.
Well, you gotta come back. I mean, you gotta holler at your girl.
Yeah, I might be moving out there soon.
That would be really, really dope. That would be dope. But listen, there's only room for a few more people and you're one of them. It's super crowded out here. Now, what would make you want to move out to Atlanta to pursue your music a little bit further?
Yeah, or photography or something like that. Like people just have a knack for different things. I wouldn't mind getting behind the camera.
I listen, if you do that, I would love to join you because that's something that has as of lately has been really piquing my interest is photography. So maybe that's something we could work on together if you move out here.
Yeah.
And I to me, nature photography, of course I wouldn't mind photographing people, but I also want to learn like nature photography. We can go photograph
Yeah.
some daffodils together.
Yeah.
No, that'll be really, really dope. Do you have any family out here?
I do. I
Okay.
have I
Okay.
have a lot of family out there.
Oh, well, what you waiting on?
Timing, man.
It's everything.
Timing.
It is everything.
Timing is everything. Yeah.
Yes. What is the music scene like in Hattiesburg, Mississippi right now for artists like yourself that are on the rise?
Um, People don't really pay attention to it. Like people do and people don't. It's like it takes a certain thing for someone to pay attention to your music. So like right now, there's a lot of eyes on a certain amount of music that I do make, but at the same time, there's not really enough eyes on it here.
Yes. Understood. So you need to put your music in a bigger area like in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Do you feel like the style of music that you are currently making is a little easier to market, or is it a little tougher to market with what the general population is wanting to hear right now?
I think it's a little bit of both
Yeah.
because some of the music that I make is pretty simple and easy for it to be easily marketable.
Yeah.
And then some of the music maybe not so, but you just know there's just different strokes for different folks. So you know, like somebody might like one song and somebody may not like that one. They may like another song. You know, so I say it's really easy marketable, but it just depends on the person. I'll say that.
That is, you are absolutely right because there is an audience for everything, everything, everything. But like you said, I may like one song but not care for the other one, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Not we can't please everybody, nor should we try to. We drive ourselves
Yeah,
crazy trying to please everybody. What you drinking on a Capri Sun?
I am.
I know that's what I used to love me some Capri Sun. What flavor is it?
Growing waters or tropical punch.
She got her Capri Sun. I know that's right. That is dope. What do you got planned for the holiday season?
Nothing, man. Sleep. Catching up on some rest.
Been working hard, right? Need to catch up on some.
Yeah.
What are you doing to bring the new year in? I'm talking midnight going into the first. What are you going to be doing at that very moment?
Ooh. I don't even know. I haven't even thought that far.
Yeah, me neither. Whatever happens, happens, right?
Right.
Absolutely. What do you feel like coming into 2025? And this is one of those accountability moments. What do you feel like coming into 2025 as a music artist that you need to work on a little bit more?
Confidence.
Mm, I love that. I love that. Why do you feel like your confidence isn't where you would like it to be?
Because I get nervous a lot of the times when I do perform and things like that,
Yeah.
or learning how to like just be breezy with a lot of things.
Yeah. Are you an overthinker?
I am an overthinker.
I am too. I'm so much of an overthinker that sometimes, like you said, I'll make myself nervous or I'll stress myself out about a situation that once I get through that situation, I was like, oh, that was a breeze. That was easy, you know, but
Yeah.
beforehand, we torture ourselves overthinking the situation about some scenarios that may never even happen, right?
Right.
How do you work through that?
Music.
Yeah, always the outlet.
Always the outlet. Yeah.
Absolutely, definitely. Let's talk about outside of music. I know that's your main focus right now, but are there other things at some point in time that are not music related? And you don't even have to get into what it is, but do you have other things in your mind business wise that you may want to tap into at some point in time once you get your music where you want it to be?
For clothing
Mm,
and photography business.
yes.
Maybe taking pictures of other people and things like that.
Speaking of photography, whoever took your photos is fire. Like you have
Yeah.
if y'all have not seen her photos, I these ain't no selfies. These are real deal professional photos. Stuff like that is what would interest you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learning different techniques like that.
And you always look fly too. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see you in your photos, you always look fly, as far as, your image, your poses, all that is on point. So I think that absolutely the fashion and the photos fits completely into your personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should definitely do that. Let's talk about this record. It's called Disguise. Where
Right.
were you at mentally when you wrote this record?
Man, I was thinking about a lot of things. I was thinking about love, relationships, how they fail, people hiding in the closet, need to come on here, come out. But people come out when they're ready.
Yes, absolutely. And I guess that's everybody's personal preference. They have to understand that, listen, you got to be yourself unapologetically, whether people like it or not, because until you walk your truth, I don't feel like you'll be fully happy.
Yeah.
So this record was kind of one of those moments for you. Was it like a defining moment for you saying, you know what, I'm going to be me unapologetic, whether they like it or not?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Who produced it? Who made the beat?
I can't even remember who made that beat.
She going to get back to us on that one. Where do
Yeah.
you look for them at? Online?
I go to BeatStars a
Okay.
lot.
Yeah, it's a great website. A lot of dope producers. What about on the engineering side? Who is currently doing your mixing and mastering?
Different people. I've had Trayvon mix and master my music. I've had Otis Ray Hinton mix and master my music. Mix Manny. Different people.
Yeah. Do you kind of pick and choose who's going to do it based upon the style of song it is?
Not necessarily. It just depends on what I need to get done when I need to get it done.
Yeah, understood. It's always good to have a couple people to work with because when one may not be available, the other one is.
Yeah.
Do you record yourself?
I don't.
Where you don't have to tell us exactly the studio, but is it a studio in your area that you go to?
I do go to a studio in my area.
Okay, super dope. That is dope. So potentially a new project in 2025. At some point in time, like you said, you're going to look into clothing brand, getting into photography, and possibly moving to ATL. You got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I got a lot of work to do, a lot of work to put in.
Absolutely. What is the next visual that you think you might film? Do you have one in mind yet?
Yeah, probably rapping.
Like a content type video?
Yeah, like a little cipher.
Yeah, no, I think you should. I think you should definitely do that. That really makes for great content. The way social media is set up now, it's so hard to get engagement unless you do something super creative.
Yeah.
You know, they really be suppressing our engagement. It's crazy. So it's like you almost got to do something completely off the wall to get people's attention nowadays. So yeah, I think you should definitely do that. Has that something you've done before?
What you mean?
Done like a cipher type video?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Is it out there so anybody can watch it? Like, is it on YouTube or on your Instagram?
Not right now. It will be soon.
Okay, so you filmed it, you just haven't released it yet.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Coming
I
soon.
released it and then I took it down and I'm gonna release it again.
Why did you do that?
Because I just took everything down, just kind of got upset with my music and then I just kind of took everything down and then put it back up.
Like a fresh start?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like sometimes we all need that. In life, we just need kind of a clean slate, fresh start because it's almost refreshing, like some things you got to leave where they are and keep it moving and just start out with that clean slate. And that includes your music.
Yeah.
Did you pull music off of the digital platforms as well?
I did.
You did. Wow. So how many have you re-released since that time?
All of it.
So it's all back out there again.
Yeah.
You were going through a time, weren't you?
I was, man.
Yeah.
I was just like, F all this.
Listen, we all get in our feelings sometimes and we just say F everything. I think we're human beings, so we all go through that, but then we snap back out of it. What kind of snaps you back out of it? Is it the creative process of making new music?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah. Definitely. Absolutely. Well, let's check out this record and then we're going to come back and tell everybody where they can follow you and keep up with you. If you don't mind, go ahead and introduce it for us and we'll check it out.
This is DaphoDILL coming to you live with my new music, Disguise.
Let's go. Y'all stay tuned for it.
They told me you were heaven sent. I can't find the time. Why you change your mind? Baby, this is evidence. Wrapped up in these skeletons, guns was with substance. Baby, you're irrelevant. Pushing on my buttons, screaming about nothing. Just your little secret. Yeah, you never speak it. Everybody's seen it. Honey, you're the weekend. I thought you'd hold me down. Different faces you show in time. Baby, rock with me. I know you wanna go. why you keep quiet so long? Why you got me looking so dumb? Was I just a dream? Sipping on codeine, trying to fill a void. Is this what you mean? I'm not what you need. I thought you saw me hanging on my balcony, trying to scream, trying to plead. Do you hear my voice? Are you in love? You broke my heart, you were my drug. I thought you'd hold me down. Different faces you show in time. Baby, rock with me, I know you wanna go. Hiding in the closet like don't nobody know. Should've never spoke to you, never said hello. Now I'm standing here drowning, dying on the floor. Yeah, drowning in my soul. Oh, dying on the floor. Oh, should've never spoke, should've never said hello.
What a great record. What a great record. DaphoDILL, I love that song right there. Beautiful song. Listen, you absolutely nailed it. And I love the fact that it's such a different vibe. Like you said, you draw inspiration from, certain artists, and you completely stand out from a lot of what we're hearing, especially from other female artists right now. And I think that's what's going to really carry you. Besides, you have such a, a humble spirit about yourself. You create great music. I love it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. And thank you for creating such great music. Continue to do that. Continue to bless us with that great music. For people who want to follow you and keep up with you and follow your journey, where can they follow you online?
Follow me on Instagram at __DaphoDILL_. And you can follow me on Twitter, YouTube, same DaphoDILL.
Everywhere.
And
DaphoDILL.
everywhere DaphoDILL.
Under two at the beginning, two at the end, the underscore. So don't forget that. Absolutely. Also, too, I know you have, people that love you and support you. Anybody you want to give thanks to or shout out to for supporting you through your journey?
Everybody, man, because everybody is an inspiration, and no matter what part of my life they came into, everyone deserves their credit.
Absolutely. You're 100% right. You have a beautiful spirit. Shout out to DaphoDILL. I got one last question for you. We are live right now.
Industries.
You say it.
Most.
Big Industries Most
Wanted.
Wanted. Tell the whole world what makes DaphoDILL the industry's most wanted.
Because I'm me, motherfucker.
Pop your shit, sis. She said, because I'm me, motherfucker. I love that for you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and being here with us tonight. I'm so glad that you and I have had, the time to be able to connect over the years. And I definitely, if you move to Atlanta, I look forward to working with you even closer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being here. Any last words before we get up out of here?
Make sure y'all tune in to my new music, man. I got some new music that just came out. Pink Nitrous, Insane Asylum. I got Geronimo coming out featuring Zaytoven. Make sure y'all tap into my music.
Definitely. Make sure you check her out. Follow her on all social platforms. We got a new year coming in. She's got new music on the way. So definitely tap in. DaphoDILL, thank you so much for being here tonight. We appreciate you.
All right.